What's up guys, welcome back to the SHiHai's channel, and today I present to you the Kagero deck. So I've just uploaded my OTT deck profile where I did Imperial Daughter, all the OTT cards in standard. So this is going to be a standard Kagero Dragonic Overlord build. So first off, we'll just start off with the starter. So obviously you want to start off with Undex. This is the only stuff you can actually start off with. Basically on right, you just draw one. So we go off the grade trees. So the grade trees, play 8 grade trees. You need 4 waterfalls obviously. So I have 1 SVR waterfall right here, which looks really nice. Skill of waterfall is very simple. On right, you just choose one of your grade 2 or higher rear guards, your opponent's rear guards obviously, and retire it. And then obviously has the imaginary gift force. And then when it attacks, you soul blast 1 grade 3. And then until the end of the battle, this unit gains 10k and 1 crit, and your opponent cannot call sentinels from a hand to guidance circle. So basically, this is your finisher. You ideally want to ride this on your second strike and more, but you wouldn't want to ride it on your first strike because you have no grade 3 to soul blast at all. But it depends on your hand also, so it depends. So 4 of Dragonic Waterfall, followed by 4 Dragonic Overlord. So this is the OG Dragonic Overlord. It's the Force Marker as well. So as 2 alternate arts, I prefer this art to the Night one because this looks much more like Dragonic Overlord because of the fiery thingies. Basically, once per turn, Soul Blast 1, this unit gains 10k, and then when the attack hits, you may Counter Blast 1, discard 2 cards from your hand, stand this unit and -1 drive. So basically, on hit, you may Counter Blast 1, you drop 2 cards from your hand, stand this unit and gains 1 drive. So basically, you're just losing 1 card essentially for a restanding of this unit and then attacks it. So if it gains a draw trigger or crit trigger, you want to pressure your opponent more, you can just literally Counter Blast 1, discard 2, and then stand this unit again and whack again. So 4 Dragonic Overlords. Moving on to the grade 2. So the grade 2s is pretty standard also. First is Berserk Dragon. This is like one of the best grade 2s in all the decks because it's just super strong. Basically, when placed, Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it, and then if this unit is on your Vanguard circle, you draw 1 card. So basically, it's just Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, retire one of your opponent's rear guards, and then you just draw a card. It's basically free of cost. And then when this unit attacks your Vanguard, if you have more rear guards than your opponent, it gains 3k. So it's such a good card that you have to run 4, and it's like, in terms of pricing, it's quite high priced also. It's one of the high price grade 2 because it's a triple R, and it's really good. So you ideally need to run 4. Not ideally, but you need to run 4. Moving on to the trial deck card. So 4 Nahalims. Nahalims is a good grade 2 card because it burns your opponent back row. If your opponent has a key card like say Vanguard that on the opponent's turn, the Buster Blade gains 5k, you can just burn the Vanguard. So when placed, Counter Blast 1 through one opponent's rear guards in back row, retire it. This unit gains 5k, so it's a 15k beat stick too. So obviously you need to run 4. And then 3 or Dragon Armor Knight. So Dragon Armor Knight skill is when it attacks Vanguard, if your opponent has 3 or less rear guards, this gains 5k when attacking. It's a trial deck card too. So sorry if I'm sniffing a lot because I'm kind of sick today. If you can hear my voice, I'm not too sure. But basically, 3 Dragon Armor Knight, it is a 15k beat stick. Around same with Nahalim, but it doesn't have any cost. The only cost is your opponent having 3 or less rear guards. Alright, so moving on to the grade 1s. The grade 1s, you have to front 4 Ammo. So Ammo is a key card in your deck, also one of the best counter charges and one of the best key cards. Skill is during the battle that this unit boosts, it gains 3k, but don't matter the first skill. It's a matter of the second skill is when your opponent's rear guard is retired during your turn. Let's just say by Nahalim's effect, by Berserk Dragon effect, by Dragonic Waterfall, you retire this unit, draw a card and counter charge 1. So basically this is your counter charging power, your draw power too. So 4 off is a must. Moving on to Dragonic Gaias. So Dragonic Gaias is optional in this deck, but my friend runs 2 just because of the crit pressure on Waterfall turn, because Waterfall already grants you 2 crits. But if you want to make it even more scary, you can use Dragonic Gaias skill, which gives your Vanguard 1 more crit. So the skill is when it boosts a grade 3 or greater unit, Counter Blast 1, put this unit into your soul, and the booster unit gains crit +1 until the end of battle. So basically, it gives your Vanguard crit. That's basically it. But it's so scary if your Vanguard is stacked with a lot of force markers and then your opponent cannot call sentinels from the hand to guidance circle, and they have no choice but to take it. You can just give it 3 crits to your Vanguard. Alright, so sorry because someone came to my room. So basically, continuing on, we have 4 embodiment of armor bar. So bar is a really good key cut tool because it burns your opponent's grade 2 or less regards in the same column. So basically, when placed, combat 1, soul blast 1, choose one of your opponent grade 2 or less regards in the same column as this unit, retire it, and then if you have more rear guards than your opponent, this unit gains 5k. So it's basically a 13k booster or 30k beat stick. And at the cost of combat 1, soul blast 1, gains 5k and burn one of your opponent rear guards. It's not that bad. Moving on to 4 of the rare cards. So it's called Lizard Soldier Rapia. So basically the skill is you ideally want to put it behind your Vanguard. When your opponent rear guard is retired during your turn, this unit gains 5k, and take note that this is not a once per turn skill. So if you use Berserk's Dragon skill, you use the Harlem skill, you use Bar skill, you burn through your opponent's rear guards in 1 turn, and then if this is on the field, it gains plus 15k. So 15 plus 8 is actually a 23k booster or 23k attacker. Put it behind your Vanguard, boost with Waterfall. Wow, it's just so painful. So it's really good to at least run 2 or 3 in the deck, but my friend runs 4, which is fine. Alright, moving on to the triggers. So last but not least, we have the triggers. It's very optional for you to run 8 crits and 4 draws, but my friend tested the deck out, and I feel, and in my opinion, I also feel that 6 crit, 6 draw is the best. So 4 berry, obviously this is your perfect guards for the deck. No question about it. Sentinel ability just placed, and then discard 1 card. Sentinel immediately cancels all the attack. Then 2 of the trial deck draw triggers, so that makes up to 6. So 8 crits, 6 crits, sorry, 6 crits. So 4 of the demonic dragon mage Rashaka. So basically just a crit, and then embodiment of Spirit Ha. That's the other 2 crits, so basically 6 crit, 6 draws. And then last but not least, we have the heal triggers, which is Dragon Ball Genjo, whatever his name is, Dragon Ball Genjo, and that's about it for the deck. So thank you very much, guys. Don't forget that you have your force markers too. I have the I have the Kai sign marker, which looks really nice. But basically, ideally you want to stack your markers on your Vanguard, unless you're going against clans, such as maybe like OTT or Blasters, where you really don't want to stack your force markers onto your Vanguard, because you really want to stack your force markers on your Vanguard because of Dragonic Waterfall's skill, where your opponent cannot call sentinels from their hand to Garden Circle, because it stacks on your Vanguard, and then it makes your opponent really hard to guard because he has to guard with basically grade 0s and grade 1s and grade 2s, but you cannot use sentinels. So it's really good to have that on your Vanguard, but it's very optional and it depends on the game too. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys liked it. I'm going to upload a video after this. It's going to be quite a long video, but it is basically Team Q4 versus each other. So I have all 4 decks, which is Kagero, Royal Paladin, OTT, and Novas. We are gonna do some sort of a mini tourney. So hopefully you guys check it out. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And this is SHiHai. I am out.